Asif Shakya.
He does have his man. That's a lovely bit of work by the snatcher. And you will see OUT come up on the big screen. Well, today to remember for Kushal Bertel or Asif Sheikh, the opening batters for Nepal's T20 high side, both gone for Golden Ducks. It's 7 for 1.
पाकिस्तानी मारे ये छक्का मार दिया 7 रन मार दिया
Here comes Shub Kansakar with his mum's name on his jersey, Kamini. Kamini. Okay, we'll get there. Apologies. Kamini. Good evening to you, Kamini Kansakar. Hope you're watching on. Very proud mum. Now, can he create with the bat? That'll do nicely. Short, wide, cut away. Listen to the roar and deafening boundary to start with. Pity for country, wasn't there? Was such a beautiful delivery first up to Asif Sheikh. And then now just drags this one down. The delivery that led to the wicket was beautifully flighted, and this one is trying to dart this one in. Oh, got him! And they can't catch country. What an action-packed first over. The Bolts in real trouble. Not forward, not back, and it's virtually the identical dismissal to Kushal Bertel's. No feet. They got off the mark with the boundary, Kansakar, but that was it. Goes for 4, 11 for 2. Well, in comes Nicol Lofty-Eaton. Has that century in the T20 International at this ground, the fastest in the world at the time. They're going to need something special from him. Sumit Verma will support time off breaks, batted well, may well be full of confidence, will open the bowling. Well, this is an interesting decision to bring in Verma. Just feet going nowhere here with the dismissal. I'll tell you why, is because Nicol Lofty-Eaton and Sumit Verma had some verbals out there. Just the one over that Lofty-Eaton bowl, but it got a little bit heated, and I wonder if he went to the skipper and said, let me bowl to Nicol Lofty-Eaton here because he might try and hit me out the ground. Oh, get it! I was talking to you off air. It was a bit ugly, wasn't it? Very unnecessary, it felt. As a batter, you don't want to get involved in those kind of things. You can end up on the losing side more often than not. Listen to the atmosphere that's building up here. There is a fervour around the ground. I think they're chanting wickets. I thought there was more Bolts fans in at first, but plenty of Avengers ones too. You would never guess it's 7 to 8. They want a new champion. The people want a new champion.
State Janakpur है, अब इनको तो क्लियर है.
Lofty eating off the mark. Well, I thought he batted really nicely. Great personal journey story. I'm not one to talk about hair, HD, but what's going on here?
Well, I live in Australia and it's better than the mullet. I'll tell you that right now.
I think they call this a skin fade. That's the haircut, the skin fade Verma's rocking. Get it all nice. Just shave it all off, mate, if you're going to do that.
Sounds like my golf swing. End of the second, 13 for 2.
All खलास. तो the dealer will tell आप सब नहीं है. थोड़े दिन पता करना है.
Well, an interesting call to demote Anil Sa from himself. Because his last 5 scores, I know this is harsh, across formats, across series, are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. He has no form at the moment. He's actually bowling quite nicely. I've never seen him bowl before this Nepal Premier League. But I think he's saying, okay, I'll drop myself down the order, I'll play a different role, because I know that my runs are important to the team and I haven't contributed in the way in which I would have liked yet. Here is one of the hardest training men anywhere in Nepal, Akash Chand. He has to be told to stop running and bowling by his coaches. He'll give you 110% effort. Here he comes for his first ball. Pace on the ball, guided away. Diving stop will keep it to just a single. Lofty Eaton wants the second. Can't understand why his partner didn't react. Oh dear. Overstep free hit incoming.
No, you know why he was running so hard? Yeah, that's over. Remember, it's first point of contact, so it always looks a little bit bigger than it actually was. I'm going to get back to you around that Anil Sa situation, but there's a lot happening here with this no ball, so just give me 2 minutes.
One of the most raucous atmospheres we've had so far this season. Reminds me of our first Super Saturday. It's the only ticket in town, this one. Festival of the Himalayas, loving every second. Here we go. Free hit incoming. Look at the length of the run-up. Closer to the side screen than to the point of his release. In comes Akash Chand. Oh my! Oh my! It's gone to the moon and back and all the way for 6.
It's a great shot. Let's make no bones about it. But if you'd have said to him, where do you want the ball to land? He might have drawn an X on the pitch and said, around about here. That has gone miles.
Another one dropped in the crowd. I think that might be the highest 6 we've seen. Not the longest, but definitely the highest. It's a beautiful bat swing from this young man. I'll tell you something, he is very highly thought of in Pakistan. Can you imagine what he could do in this Nepal Premier League campaign? Could he catapult himself into Pakistan national T20 World Cup contention come February? Remember, they'll be in India's group again. Good fielding. At point, Group A, 3 associates in that group, and then the titanic clash between India and Pakistan.
Right, Anil Sa. You mentioned 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. T20 is a very difficult game to find form in. In the long versions of the game in Test cricket, you can walk in there, you can take your time, you can defend a few, leave a few, first-class cricket. But in T20 cricket, very difficult to find form because the expectation is that you score quickly from the word go. So it's just not easy for someone like Anil Kumar Saar to walk to the wicket and say, well, you know what, I'll have a look, give myself a chance to find a little bit of form, spend a little bit of time out here. You can't do that. So it's a nasty, nasty game, this format, when you're in bad form, because it can go on forever.
During your career, I know you played some T20 cricket, but not as much. You played much more first class and 50 over cricket.
सेंचुरी मारते यार देखो कुछ करते yes
Down the ground, one down, score more. Nisham will have to run and collect it. Oh, he looks a good player. Ismail Sadakat. Is this a master stroke of a signing from the reigning champions?
It certainly looks it. Because he looks a player. He looks as though he can score on both sides of the ground, and he's got power on both sides of the ground. A little master stroke here by the bolts.
लेफ्टी है डाल लेफ्टी है राइटी है लेफ्टी मार तो कम हो गया क्या दिखाई
Balls. Good comeback from Chand. He'll always give you full efforts. These are his numbers at what is now called the Rising Stars Asia Cup. Leading run scorer, third leading wicket taker, player of the tournament. Have a look at that strike rate.
पांचवें इनिंग खेली है
They don't lie, do they? Numbers. Jeez. That looks good.
पांचवें इनिंग
Might not be long before we see him in the main colours. Who knows? Maybe even the World Cup.
Really good finish to the over. That was a tough one for Akash Chand. It's only gone for 12, 25 for 2.
शुरू करो ना
You'll just keep.
You played a fraction as much T20 cricket as you did list day, about a quarter as much, 220 first class games, 230 list day, 55 T20s. So forget about the format for the moment, but can you remember a time during your career where you had no form at all, like Anil Shah has now? What did you do to get out of that slump?
I'll tell you, it was immediately after being dropped from the international side. I couldn't buy a run afterwards. I was told by the national selectors, just go and get us a score and you'll get back in. And I was so desperate to get that score that I'd forgot how to compile an innings.
Straight up, Sumit Verma might have the man that he wants. Juggled and held. I'm not sure how. 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 times. Somehow he holds on.
Well, the battle between the two has ended with one man victorious, with bat and now with ball. Sumit Verma. Oh goodness, where it is? It's here somewhere. I got it. We'll watch that contest closely. Nicole off the departs. He too not really trouble the scorers. Goes for 225 for 3. So to answer your question, a little bit of a different situation. For mine, it was getting over the fact that I just needed to focus on my game, not what was going on up above. And once I sort of said, okay, international cricket's done here, I suddenly found the form again. A little bit different, but I think the great players are able to park the bad score very quickly. They reflect on it. How did I get out? Was it my fault? What could I have done better? And once they've answered those questions, it's gone and they move on. Your sort of average players, they dwell on their failures for lengthy periods of time.
So I suppose you're saying don't worry about the end consequence or the output, i.e. Anil Shah, can I get enough runs to get into the T20 World Cup squad? Focus on the actual process.
That's exactly right. You think about golfers.
Let's get on आवाज खोल के.
Come here.
This is amateur golfers. We make a double bogey on the first. We still think about that on the fifth. And by that time, we made 4 double bogeys. The pros they hit one in the water and they make a triple bogey on the first. They birdie the second because they're able to just push that aside and go right and start again. The beauty about batting is that tomorrow you can bat again.
Still no Anil Shah out there. Below Krishnamurthy. Just looking elegant player. Beautiful hands. Sadakat. Taithwaite does the fielding. It is such a mental game though as well. I know you get another chance, but you make one mistake when you're out there. That's your night done.
That's why I think I know other sports will disagree, but I think it's the toughest game in the world. And I say that because I ask you, what other sport do you fail more than you succeed? What other sport where the greatest players that have ever walked the planet succeed once every 3 times they bat? Chance. This is going to take some catching from Nisham. This is going to take some catching. Oh! Yes, please. Jimmy Nisham. Nothing with a bat. But that is worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely incredible. Will Basisto, you've got company. He's a truly world-class cricketer, this man, Jimmy Nisham. And I don't think anyone else in the competition gets there. Maybe Irie does, but look at this. Oh, what a grab. And somehow just about hold his footing to hold on. It's a massive wicket in the context of the match. As Sadakat looks so good for his 20, but now he's gone. Thanks to Nisham, 28 for 4. Great catch. Okay, here he comes. Well, we spent a lot of time analysing his game and potentially his mental state with his batting right now before he even got to the crease. What can he do now he's out there? He's the captain of the Bolts. They'll need him to stand tall because they've lost not 3 but now 4 in the power play thanks to a catch that is going to rival Will Basisto's for catch of the tournament. He's been one of the real stars of the first 2 seasons of the Nepal Premier League is Jimmy Nisham. And he's just given us a moment that you and I, from our commentary box angle, had the most perfect view of, and it's one we won't forget.
It's so difficult to describe how hard a catch this is because when you turn around to head towards the boundary, you're unsighted, you lose the ball for a moment, a fraction of a moment. That is a good catch. That is a great catch.
It's been a frantic start to this chase. Helter-skelter, to say the least. See both sides shy of confidence, but the Avengers, they're in a dominant position all of a sudden. How can the Bolts get back into this game? Get it. more luck here. I mean this with respect to Nisham. I didn't think he was getting there. He didn't look like he was, and there was a great reaction just about there. Wow, he says. They say self-praise is no praise. I'm going to forgive Jimmy Neesham this time, and I'm going to say you're allowed that. He's literally admired his own work there.
Nothing wrong with it. He's only got one more game here anyway.
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay, Anil Sawatch is very much well and truly on. He knows he's shy of runs, but in tough moments, great players step up and stand up to be counted, particularly great leaders. Can tonight be his night? Like this, just going to take his time. Just make sure he feels settled at the crease.
This is important as well. Play the game at full pace.
Start watchfully, understandably, before